What's going on, everyone? There's a revolution happening right now above our heads. It's about to make silver more precious than ever. The sun's power is taking over the world. It's growing so fast, it'll be the biggest source of electricity by the 2030s. Solar. Here's the kicker. Every single solar panel needs silver to work. We're talking about a silver-paste web in every panel turning sunlight into power. Smart investors are already making their move. And that's where Noble Gold Investments comes in. With a silver IRA, you can surf this incredible wave of growth. It doesn't matter who sits in the White House or what Wall Street says. Solar power is unstoppable and silver is its secret weapon. As the world goes green, your retirement could be going sterling silver. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers in 2024. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com. You may get up to 10 free brand new 1-ounce silver Trump coins or a 10-ounce silver American flag bar with every qualifying IRA. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com. What's going on, everyone? Jericho Green here with you once again. Glad to see you guys here. Today, I am coming in hot. I am pissed. As my dad would say, I am mad as a wet hen. So we are going to get started. But first, you guys, first class, we have a troll in the garden. His name is Richard, but I'm going to call you Dick because that's what you're being. He says, certainly not interested in your drivel, Jerry Curl. You see how he did that? It's Jericho, but he put Jerry Curl. That's funny. I am curious, though, was Sarah Palin not available? Guys, you see what he did there? He took Sarah, another play on words. He took Sarah Palin and changed her last name to Phelan. That is hilarious. She's been pretty quiet, which is unusual. We all know she can't understand normal thinking. Hey, Dick, 2008 called. They want their references back. What the fuck are you talking about? And Richard, since you are not, all caps, interested in my drivel, then I ask the question that everybody's asking themselves right now. No, not did he breastfeed till he was 10. But if you don't want to hear my quote unquote drivel, why the fuck are you here, Dick? Goodbye. Shout out to everybody else in the comments. I see you. I feel you. You are heard. You are loved. Pootie Tang. Love the name. Sadate. Wadata. Right? Red Dirt Farm 42. It's always a Richard. Always. Richard being a Richard. Get the fuck out of here. That was terrible. But a lot of crazy shit going on. Troy Kelso has hot, fiery diarrhea. Thanks for telling me that. C. Clove, hope I'm saying that right. How you doing? The Ferg, Quentin. Let me go down the list. I don't want to leave anybody out. So I'm going to go to the top. To the top. There we go. Matt Mittens, Great Bailey. What's up? Anthropoid 1. Because I wanted to say anthropod. Okay, thank you. Donnie B over here. Red Dirt Farm 42. James Salter. The Ferg. The Messianic Militant. Thank you. James Graves. Have you been in an accident? Was it your fault? Maybe it wasn't. Called James Graves. Rebecca Everett. Troy Kelso. Diesel. Hey, yo. What happened with your Raiders? That shit ended in a tie. That was weak. But it's preseason. Who gives a shit? Sue Sabelburo. Username. Erica Cowie. Pootie Tang again. Appreciate you. Johnny Utah. FBI. None the Miser. What up? Island Anderson. What up? See. Kopi 73. Brett Hall. Artix 548. Mr. Kojak, who loves you, baby? Space Truck and LLC. Aloha, brother. Andrew Justice. Wasamata. Wasamata, you. Jay Bear. Jerry. Zach Gayecha. War Chiefy. Effie Clinker. Al Bundy. 4 touchdowns. Andrew Himes. Cheyenne Maxwell. What's going on? Terry A. Gude. Am I saying that right? That's right. Ended in a damn tie. That's all right, Diesel, because we play in the regular season, which I think we got another couple years to play. We'll beat the brakes off of you clowns again. So I am not worried. Raise your hand if you're not worried. There you go. Max Eisenhart, what's going on? Yeah, that's right. None of mine are Polk High royalty in the house. Yeah, man. Dark Hunter, what's up? Out there on the roads, making truly the lifeblood of America are big trucks. And you see them all the time. Sometimes they'll have actual trailers on them. Other times it'll just be the shipping containers right off the ship from China. And that's how things get around. I remember explaining this to my son not too long ago. He was asking what the trucks carry. And I said pretty much everything. All your food. If it doesn't come on a train, it comes on a truck. All of your food, fuel, water, clothes, parts. Stub my pinky toe 89. What's going on? Yeah, he did. RFK lidgered the entire Democrat Party on Friday. We're going to talk about that because that's freaking huge. But I was explaining to my son everything on you, everything in your pocket, everything in your belly. It comes from trucks. So shout out to all the truck drivers out there. People stop pulling out in front of them thinking they're slow because they're so big. No, 55 miles an hour to you. It's 55 miles an hour to them. Stay out of their way. Shout out to the truck drivers. I want to thank you all from when I was a kid and from my son being a kid that when we're on the highway, when he goes like this, truck drivers always honk their horn. I remember driving cross country when I was 12 and doing that every time the truck drivers came through. You know, back before you had a phone or an iPad glued to your eyeballs for the whole 12-hour road trip, back when you had to look out the window, back when you had to play slug bug or out of state plates, punch buggy, some people called it, singing songs. I've literally sung 99 bottles of beer on the wall. So yeah, shout out to the truck drivers. You guys are great. Keep doing your thing. We appreciate you because without you, we don't have shit. So yeah, DJT and RFK, the ultimate political Voltron question mark. And somebody asked, what's a Voltron? I think, yeah, I guess Voltron would be a what, because it's not human. But back in the day, in the 80s, there was a cartoon called Voltron. And it was they were all like robot, what were they, panthers or some shit? All like big cats and different colors, yellow, blue, red, whatever. And they were cool on their own, but when Voltron formed, when they all joined together, they made one giant robot, and that was called Voltron. So when they were separate as their big cats, they had like different names. I don't even remember. But when they came together, that robot is called Voltron. So Trump and RFK joining together to form this super political being entity. Also, the DNC is over. Thank God for that. I can have my TV back because that was garbage. California, and we earned it this time. Remember when I used to say California will not be out stupided? Well, this is just to reiterate, because sometimes people forget. Sometimes people forget who you are and what you are, and they need to be reminded. So California was probably like, oh, New York, you're doing stupid shit. Illinois, you're doing stupid shit. And all these other states are doing dumb shit. California's like, no. Dude, how can you out stupid California, dude? I'm like the dumbest, like most leftist hippie commie fucker in the whole country, dude. Let me prove it. Let me reiterate, dude. So here's California reclaiming its throne as the shittiest state in the union. And Oregon's like, wait, I want to go too. And they're doing stupid shit up there in the same vein as California. And who gets abortions in this country? You hear it mostly from the left. I think it's more of a personal issue because most people don't deal with abortions. Most people don't have that in their life, but for some people, it is very important. And if you're staring down the barrel of one, yeah, it's very important. Shelia, it's not a Shelia. Rickers and Washington State. Yeah, Washington State. Don't get it twisted in. It's called the left coast for a reason. Don't forget about Oregon and Washington State. They're also part of the West Coast. Washington, the great Northwest. Yeah, Washington's always following them around. It might have a finger up its nose to the first knuckle and a shitty diaper hanging off of it, like, where you guys going? But Washington State is always there. Just because I didn't mention them doesn't mean they're not right there, just as dumb as California. It's just that in this particular story, they're not mentioned. But you never know. You never know. Washington might fucking come flying up to the front like, no. I'll show you stupid shit. Oh, you live in Washington, so you know. Yeah, who's getting abortions in this country? Let's see some numbers. Shout out to Chad O. Jackson, also known as the producer and star of Uncle Tom and Uncle Tom 2. Very intelligent man. I interviewed him on my Green's House channel. We sat down for about an hour and a half. Very extremely intelligent, has a thirst and a hunger for research. Family man, business owner, you know, just trying to get his slice of the American pie. I'm not trying to take anybody else's. He's not trying to take a little bit more of your crust or your pie filling. Just give me mine. Get out of my way. Right it. Like the rest of us. But he posted something on Instagram. And make sure you guys give me a follow at JG Talk, the number 2, at JG Talk 2. My original channel at JG Talk is probably not coming back. It's been suspended. And they said it's under review. It normally takes a day. It's going on 2 months. So that page is probably gone. So let's build this second page. And make sure you give a subscription and like to my channel, Green's House. I interview a lot of very interesting people on that channel. So we have a little generosity. So you know how I like to do here, people. I like to show appreciation. Brendan Gerzlak, what's going on, man? He says, hey, JG, I don't know if you watch Newsmax, but I saw on there this morning that the DNC attendees tested positive for bloated. Did they get the sweet and sour sniffles? But they should have been doing that, right? Because that was the same party, the same group of people. Some of the very same players, characters, were telling us that getting together in groups, those are called super spreader events. So if you were going to get together at your stupid church, or like in my situation, you're going to go to a funeral to pay your final respects to your stupid dead relative. They're so stupid. Your religion is stupid and your family is stupid. So we're not going to let you get together for that. You can't do that. We're going to cap that at 10. We're going to cap your church attendance at 10, but we'll hold it outside in the parking lot and we'll space the chairs 6 feet apart and put diapers on our face. No, that's not good enough because it's for your stupid religion. For the funeral, Jericho, somebody in your family died. Yes, somebody very important to me. They died in the midst of the sweet and sour sniffles. But the ceremony, as most fucking burial ceremonies are held, is outside. Now we got to cap that at 10. But we'll have social distancing. We'll put those stupid diapers on our face. No, because it is for your family. And if there's 2 things we hate, it's family and religion. Now, if you want to get together to protest about a fucking junkie who died doing junkie shit, or if you want to get out there and destroy, loot, burn, smash, grab, assault, beat, cause billions of dollars in damage and a loss of life, get out there. What are you going to eat? Go eat. Why are you still in here? Get outside. Throw a brick through something. And to make sure everybody has said brick, we're going to leave piles of bricks along your route, along your protest route, and you can grab one and maybe toss it through a store window or a house, you know, and make sure you do it in the evening when people are usually home so that brick can hit somebody in their fucking head. But for your damn family and your religion, fuck that. I told you I was coming in hot. So I've written down some notes. You know, this is important. Yeah, proud Army mom. Tulsi Gabbard just did a press conference endorsing Trump. I saw that. And recently, man, shit goes by so fast. I was watching a video yesterday or something. The fuck? They were talking about the war over in Gaza, right? And that it happened last year. Guys, does this seem like that war happened almost a year ago? It's about to be October, where we're coming up on the end of August, about to be September. That's less than 2 months away. And it's been a year? Damn, we must be having fun. Whether you believe it or not, we are having fun. We must be, because time is flying. WTF. FML. LOL. And all the other. Bob KMIT. Thank you, shipmate. Shipwreck says, hello, shipmate. It's your favorite senior chief church. Hey, senior, you're very necessary. As you know, when you're underway, of course, Bob knows this. Senior knows this, but when you're underway in the world's finest Navy, or any Navy for that matter, but when you're underway, and I don't mean, oh, we can barely see the shoreline. I'm talking hundreds of miles away from land in every single direction. There's nobody around. Occasionally, you'll see a cargo ship, and I mean occasionally. You'll be out there, you might go a whole day or more and not see anybody. Nothing. Just you and the ripples you're making through the water. That's it. But when you're that far out there, when you're underway, you're it. You are the ambulance. You are the damage control. You are the fire department. You are everything, because even if you call another ship in your battle group, and that term can be a little misleading because group, you're together. That it makes you think that we're traveling in a pack. Like we can look over to starboard or port and see our shipmates and give a salute. No, you could be 100 miles away from the next ship or more. So you're everything. Pootie Tang, thank you for your services. Ura, Senior Chief 0708 USS Kearsarge. Yeah, when you're underway like that, you're it. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody can. They can't get there in time. Them damn ships don't go that fast. And let's say they send a helicopter to get you. How long does it take a helicopter to go 100 miles? So, you're it. So those guys, those machinist mates, or even you go back far enough, boiler techs, bosun mates, medics, FCs, everybody, ITs, even if something goes wrong with your computer, we can't call no geek squad. You are the geek squad. You're all the squads. So yeah, man, I know he was just joking, but the jobs that you do, hull tech, Brett, right? Thank you very much. You think the hull of the ship might be important? So everybody has to stay well trained, because that's it, player. And you do what's called general quarters, where general quarters is the real deal, like shit's going down. But you do drills on your duty day when you're on duty, because there's always a duty section on duty in case, something happens, if you're in port, in case they have to leave your ass behind because you're not on duty. But you do drills. And one time we had an oil leak on the ship in the middle of who the fuck knows where. And we had an oil leak. That's really bad. So they went down there, the machinist mates and all the engineers and shit went down there, and they stopped it. They stopped the oil leak. You know why? Because they had to. Because if they didn't, we were all going to die. Anyway, take that with you, kids. Alien testosterone says nerds. You smell that? Oh my God, it smells like jealousy because alien testosterone was in the army. Army aren't really men yet. And he says JG was never a glory hole first mate, allegedly. See, the jealousy, man, it's not a good look on you guys. You should have joined the Navy. Well, you weren't smart enough or something. It's all right. Andrew Justice, yeah, CBs. Those are like construction workers who can defend what they build. That's how I describe the CBs. Bad motherfuckers. I think the Army, they're what called the Army Corps of Engineers. They build shit and protect it too. Spencer T, what's up? Hello, Governor. What up, Spencer T? Appreciate it. He says they teach about barbarism when you were in. No, they didn't teach about it. Does that mean something else other than the barbarism that I'm thinking? Barbarism. That doesn't sound familiar. Alien testosterone still love you, Seahag. That's fine, you sleeping bag warrior. Let's go out in the field, Sarge. Let's snuggle up, do some drills. That's all love. We all talk shit to each other. I talk shit to my own brother. He was in the Army, in the fucking Air Force. I talk shit to him all the time. That's not good. It's what men do. That's how men get along. Any environment, we talk shit. And the more harsh the shit talking is, the more we care about each other. We don't do hugs and hand holding and all that girl shit. Ugh, my friend grabbed my hand. We got a problem. That could be the end of our friendship. Fellas, back me up. So DJT and RFK. RFK suspends, not cancels or terminates, suspends his campaign in battleground states to not take away any votes from Trump because, you know, he's the independent third party. So people like that are more likely to vote for him versus the Democrat Party, especially as of late, especially the Democratic Party of the last, what do you say, 15 years, maybe 20 years. The new Democratic Party, and it's so weird because you'll hear people on the left and you'll hear these jackasses who just abstain from any kind of knowledge and are just repulsed by facts. But you'll hear them say that there was a switch between the Democrat and Republican Party back during the slave days. You'll hear that there was a switch between the parties, that one became the other. And that is a bunch of bullshit because Republicans have always been for relying on yourself. Less government involvement, I should say. They were the party of freeing the slaves. They were the party against Jim Crow. They were the party against these things that have damaged the country as a whole, because if a rising tide lifts all boats, then a sinking tide, lowering tide lowers all boats. So if it affects one group of people in a negative manner, that's going to bring us all down a little bit and fuck things up for everybody a little bit. But there never was a switch. The Democrat Party has always been for racism, for segregation, for slavery, all the things that are the bad things from Black folks' past in this country, all the things that they cry about today that are still happening and still hindering us and holding us back, and the party of racism and all this bullshit, they've always been that The Republicans have always been Republicans. There was never a switch until now. Now there's a switch. There is a switch now because somehow Republicans, they were supposed to be the look at the poor people of color. And they were ashing their cigars on the heads of poor children in the ghetto. And they were for big pharma and big ag and big business. More money, 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 money. And you see the political cartoons of some pig wearing a tuxedo and a top hat, gorging itself on cash from a trough. And it would say the trough would have American taxpayers' money on it, or lobbyist money, or big business money. And the Republicans were these fat cats, meow, who were just taking all this money, and it was business, business, business. Fuck the small man, fuck the little man. They're nothing but grease in the wheels of the machine. Republicans. That's what those guys, they were cozying up and rubbing elbows and maybe some other body parts with Wall Street, big business, right? Those are the Republicans, those evil businessmen, bigoted businessmen in their three-piece pinstripe suits. And their estates in the Hamptons. Oh, that was the Republicans, but something fucking happened. The Democrats were the party of the people, man. Don't step on the working class, man, the middle class, the little guy, man. And we were against big business, man. Welcome, Authentically Kennedy. Shout out to your husband, Devory Darkins. Check out his YouTube channel. It is growing leaps and bounds. A daily watch for me. Devory Darkins, DeVory Darkins. Get over there and then come right back. But the Democrats, man, they were the party of the people, man. We don't want a lot of big business and war, man. The Republicans just want to go to war and gorge themselves on oil, man. That was the Democrat Party. They were for us. No war, no big business. Don't poison our food. Leave us alone. Power to the people. First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth, Fifth Amendment, all that shit. That was the Democrat Party. And then something happened. Somebody turned into Mr. Hyde. Because now the Republicans are the party of free speech, no wars, fuck you, big business in the swamp, and all that evil stuff, man. Going to war, man. Going to fight in that sandbox, man. The Republicans are against that now. Trump's version of the Republicans, they're against that now. They want you to be able to say what you want. They don't want you to be censored by big media and social media like Facebook and Instagram and all this bullshit. Say what you want. That's the fabric of this nation, is to say what you want. Tell the government you're doing a bad job. Fuck you. And there's nothing they can do about it. They can't send their henchmen to your door, to your business, to headish you. They can't do that anymore. They can't do that because this is America. We fought a war. Fuck you, Britain. This is America. We don't play that shit around here, man. I'm going to wear my hat. They got them two things, put 2 cans of beer in it. I'm going to fire off some fireworks on the 4th of July and carry all the fucking guns I want, man. And you can suck my ball sack, government. There's nothing they can do about it. There was a boop, boop. There was a switch. Now the Democrats, they want to go to war. They want to tell you to shut the fuck up. You better accept these people. You better accept them, and you better let them go where they want to. You better let them piss right next to you and your children. You better let them change in front of your children at school as your children sit there embarrassed and nervous because they're a child of the opposite sex sitting there watching them change. And even though on the outside, my name is Scarlett, and I have long hair, and I'm a lady. Look at my long hair, my nails, and my clothes. I'm a girl. and my parents tell me I'm a girl, and the teacher's got to call me them, zer, they, them, whatever the fuck I want to be called. And you better accept it. And if you look at me funny, that's just like violence. You might as well punch me in the face, and you're going to be kicked out of school, and your parents are going to be doxxed, and you're going to be known as a racist, bigoted piece of shit because you don't want me to watch you change at school. And you know what? It's not just girls changing in front of some weird ass boy. And I guarantee you, if you follow the Hansel and Gretel breadcrumbs just a little bit back, if you follow that trail just a little bit, you're going to find two weird ass parents at home, or one weird ass parent because their dad's not there. And if he is, he's halfway in the alphabet soup group. And if he's not, their mom has blue hair and too many fucking dogs, and their house smells like piss. That's what you're going to find. Because the freaky fruit does not fall far from the I feel guilty that I'm the only one raising you, so I'm going to let you do whatever you want tree. So never mind all that mass of kids who are grossed out and embarrassed and made to feel uncomfortable by this. Never mind you hundreds of students. We're going to cater to the one kid whose parents have failed them. I'm sorry, your poor planning is not going to be our emergency. You need to take that kid home. We'll send the assignments home until you fix that shit, because you're not going to bring that to school. So now, what do we have to do as parents? Now we have to get involved. And I don't mean involved for the first time. I should say more involved. Now we got to start going to these fucking school meetings, these school board meetings, and start telling you fools what we expect. Because now you have everyday teachers asking kids in California, okay, what are your pronouns? Are you a dog today, a cat? Are you a marsupial? What are you today? What should I call you today? And don't worry, we're not going to tell your parents. Are you using a new shampoo? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking like this because that's only things that perverts say. Perverts say, we won't tell your parents. It'll be our little secret. Right? That's what perverts say. That's what deviants say to kids. They say, we won't tell your parents. You're already fucked up. I don't care if you guys are making origami every day after school. I better know about it. What do you mean you're not going to tell me? What, you're not going to tell me? Why? For what? That's not your job. Look, here. Come here. Come here. I'll stick it to your forehead. Everything you're supposed to do, like the government, should fit on that Post-it. You don't keep any secrets from me. Remember back in the day they had those phones? See, a long time ago, kids, phones used to have cords. And some of the phones were clear. You could see the little circuit boards or the motherboards, or whatever you call that shit inside the phone. The wires, you could see everything. And it was so cool that it was clear and I could see inside the phone. Well, that's what I expect the classroom to be. That's what I expect the classroom to be. Completely transparent. I want to know everything. There's nothing you're going to tell my kid that you can't tell me. And if you're referring to my child as a farm animal, I need to know about it. If my kid's up in here is something other than a he or a she or whatever's on their birth certificate, I need to know about it, you fucking creep. But that's what the Democrat Party is supporting now. That's what they're the party of. We're going to put tampons in the boys' bathroom. What? And if the boys do something funny or silly with it, they're going to get in trouble. Well, you're the dumbass who put a box of tampons in the boys' bathroom. Do you not know the immaturity level of an adolescent male? Are you stupid? Are you from Earth? Because I don't care where you are on this earth, teenage boys are the most immature individuals on the planet. And don't put them in a group. Oh, So what do you think they're going to do, you jackass? What do you think they're going to do when you put them in these awkward, weird positions? They don't have the emotional wherewithal or the mental capacity to deal with such complex issues. So therefore, don't put them in those situations. Let the parents handle that shit. Let us do the heavy lifting. You fucks, you perverts. But there was the great switch, and that's one of the reasons that RFK is supporting Trump. He said freedom of speech, the endless wars, and the war on our children. Those are his three main reasons for leaving the Democrat Party and joining with Trump. That's why, because Trump is for free speech, which is the foundation, the bedrock of this great nation, is for us to be able to say whatever we want. Now, of course, that comes with responsibility. You shouldn't be going to the park dropping F-bombs. There's children there. Show some discretion. Yeah, Pootie Tang, it is just a phase, but it's a high school. What are you doing? Why would they put tampons? What do you think those boys are going to do? That's like putting condoms in there. Now you're going to have a campus full of condom balloons all over the ground. So stupid. But that free speech is everything. It's everything. The wars. Fucking Ukraine. They've been talking about that. Did you kind of forget about that? And we're just siphoning, hemorrhaging billions and billions of dollars. You ever see like one of those vampire movies and the vampire takes a bite out of somebody's neck and it's just gushing blood? That's our tax dollars going to Ukraine. Just hemorrhaging. Here, more. But the American, can't you use your money's better in your own country? Yeah, don't be ridiculous here. Our own country? Huh? What can we do with hundreds of billions of dollars right here in America? I don't know. I got some highways and roads you might want to take a look at. I got some dilapidated airports you might want to look at. I sure am itching for a high-speed rail all up and down the spine of California. I'd love to hop on a high-speed rail doing about 350, 400 and go down to the southern part of California for the day, maybe the northern part, maybe the western part or the eastern part. Let's just zigzag all over this bitch. Love to have that. Love to be able to take a high-speed train across America. What? Spread commerce? Yeah, I can take my California dollars and maybe go to Yellowstone, or maybe go to the East Coast, maybe go up to the Northeast or the Southeast or wherever I want to go. Oh, it's crazy. Maybe a wall. Huh? We spent what, 200 billion so far on Ukraine? Remember, I know this pesky little equation I like to do. I know it's a pain in the ass and I apologize. But if we just took $50 billion, we could put a security guard at every single public, private, charter, TK through 12th grade school. Don't have the grade, pick one. In America. Divide 50 billion amongst 139,000, which is every single public, private, and charter school in America. With just 50. No more school shootings. No more school shootings. We've had 200 school shootings. So far, we've had 500 school shootings so far this year. And there are a lot of mouth-breathing dumbasses out there who will look into those numbers no further. And they will just believe and think that there are school shooters just walking on campus 500 times a year. They will do no research. So if you want that to stop, Because every time that happens, here comes a comprehensive gun reform. Here comes this gun law and that gun law. So if you took that money, just part of it, you could secure every school campus in America. Pay them well. Pay 2 guys to do it. Got these soldiers coming home. Maybe they got hurt. They're not fit for duty for the United States military. You're fit for duty for the United States schools. Maybe they lost a limb, an eye, something else. You think they don't want to rock and roll? You think they wouldn't stand there proudly and gun down any fucking coward who decided to try and shoot up their school? But we know it wouldn't happen. They wouldn't even try because they're cowards. They want to take the path of least resistance. And a vet, a former military personnel, former law enforcement, maybe you retired. Maybe you got injured on the job. Maybe you had to retire for some other reason. You got a few more good years left in the tank, don't you? You proudly stand in front of that school. It's in your neighborhood, it's in your community. You know kids that go there. You have a kid that goes there. Or maybe you're just a regular human being and you care about the safety of children. You'll patrol that school. You think one of those cowards who we don't know who they're supplied by, they sure do have some nice weaponry though, don't they? For a bunch of introvert virgin weirdos, they sure have some expensive firearms. Just a thought. But that's one of the reasons that RFK joined Trump. And one of the things that he said that I really like is how they installed Kamala. How without one vote being cast, they turn on Sloppy Joe after the debate, and then they install Kamala, and she has nothing to say. He said, he mentioned it, you can look it up. He said on the first night of the DNC, night 1, they said Trump's name 147 times. On the first night. If you were in that crowd, you would be like, man, if you say Trump one more time, 147 times on the first night, over 390 times in total. Almost 400 times for all 4 days. That's almost 100 times a day you heard Trump's name. And at the RNC, out of all 4 days, they only said Sloppy Joe's name twice. They said it twice, 2 times out of 4 days. What does that tell you? And he said another thing. He said they don't need policy or a message if they have Trump to hate. That's all they did was talk about Trump. They didn't give you a plan. It's like if you're starving. Just think of the hungriest you've ever been. Maybe you were starving. Maybe you were pregnant. Them mommy munchies hit you. Maybe you had the actual munchies. Maybe you didn't get anything to eat before you left for work. I mean, starving your stomach. All that. And you have 2 people that walk up to you. One of them is going to tell you their plan. I'm going to get you in here. We're going to sit you down, get you some steak, get you a nice ribeye, some garlic mashed potatoes, roasted vegetables, wash it down with your favorite beverage. That sounds delicious. And the other person, they're just going to tell you about the food that they don't want you to eat. Oh, that food's gross and that food's terrible and it's bad for you. No. Tell me what you're going to give me. I'm starving here. What are you going to give me? What's your plan, man? Republicans, they got a plan. They weren't talking about Sloppy Joe. They were talking about what you're living through and how they're going to change it. That's what they were talking about. They're telling you what you're getting now and what you're going to get if you put him back in office. See, that's important because they're telling you that Trump is going to take this away, and ladies, go kill your babies now, because if Trump gets in office, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. But wasn't he in office before? Didn't we already have 4 years of Trump? Did any of that happen? Did anything that you said is going to happen? Was abortion banned across the board? Were racists coming out of the sewers and the forest? We are finally liberated. Did it happen? Did he turn back the clock? Did he put anybody in chains? No. So that's what pokes a hole in your dumbass statement, the left, is that we've already lived through Trump and none of that shit. Not only did none of that shit happen, none of that shit came close to happen. Hydrate, people. I'm looking at 94 degrees today. So it's cooled off a little bit, but it's still hot. We got 2 days this week where it's going to be just over 100. Yay. Yay. But ain't that crazy? 147 times on the first night they mentioned Trump. And at all 4 days, all of those speakers, they mentioned Sloppy Joe's dumbass twice. And I wonder how many times, if at all, that they mentioned Trump's assassination attempt. I'm betting none. I certainly didn't hear all the damn clips I had to suffer through. Speeches and shit. None of them even mentioned the fact that a former president was almost shot in his head. And I don't think any media outlets are talking about that enough. That a former president, I don't give a damn what side he was on, what letter was next to his name, a former president almost had his brains blown out in 1080p 4K in front of the world. There would be no Zapruder film. There would be no grainy, shaky, out of focus shit. Not today. That would have been caught on tens of thousands of phones of everybody there. Every channel carrying it. And wasn't CNN carrying that that rally? And they usually never do. So CNN, Fox, everybody would have been zoomed in tight close up on Trump getting the back of his head shot off. And nobody's talking about that anymore. You remember what that felt like when you found out that Trump was almost killed? We should all still feel that way. Still, that is crazy that Donald Trump was almost murdered on TV. Frank B says, even though RFK endorsed Trump, my gut feeling is that somehow they'll either cheat to get Kamala elected or there won't be any election at all. I understand those feelings. I got some of those same feelings myself because we lived through it. We knew Trump won that shit. I do think there has to be a bit of, it's so big and there's so many people, especially with this bump that I'm sure RFK is going to give them, because you're going to have people who maybe not necessarily wouldn't vote for Trump. But we ain't voting for Kamala. We're not going to vote for Kamala Harris and Tim put tampons in the boys' bathroom. Minnesota, oh, bummer. Walls? No way. And I think a lot of people are going to see, well, I trust RFK. I was going to vote for him. He's putting his support behind Trump. So will I. I'm going to roll with him. I think probably most people will do that. Not that you're going to do everything that person does or tells you to do, but If your morals and beliefs align with them and they align with him, then the people will probably follow suit, which is great. And he's taken his name off of 10 battleground states so that instead of people voting for him and possibly taking votes away from Trump, it'll give all votes possible to Trump. And if anything, it'll pull votes away from Kamala. Those people will go with Trump instead of RFK that weren't going to vote for Kamala's stupid ass in the first place. And his speech was great, man. All the things. It was a long speech. I didn't watch the whole thing, but those are just a few of the key points that he made. Also, he wants to go after big pharma. He wants to go after big ag. You don't hear a lot about big ag. It's always big pharma, right? You hear big anything, it's big pharma or big tech. But he's going after big ag. Mike Herrera, what's up? Agriculture, that's our food. That's everything that's grown out of the ground, off of a tree. The FDA, that's all the other food after it's been processed or before it's processed. Meat, what we're putting in our bodies. And in America, we don't do banning stuff. We don't do, you're going to tell me what I can and can't eat or what I can and can't put in my body. And that's fine. But I think Europe is onto something. They ban things like food dyes, red 40, yellow 6, blue, whatever the fuck. That shit's terrible, especially for children. And that's different than alcohol or cigarettes. Those are sold in certain places, liquor stores. They're in certain sections. I think if they put, here's all the bad shit over here. Here's all the shit that has dye in it. How about that? How about we compromise? How about instead of saying, you can't do this, you can't give your kids that, fine. But we're going to let you know, here's all the processed shit with high fructose corn syrup, with the dye and shit in it. Don't fucking put it on the back with a zillion other ingredients. Put a big ass sign, bad food, or something to let people know this has the shit in it. And then have a section where it's all good food, and maybe make those prices competitive. Because it's expensive to eat good, which is bullshit. It's cheap to eat bad. Why don't you make it around the same? I'm not talking about via the government. I'm talking to the business owners. Open it up to competition. That's going to bring the price down. There's not just going to be 3 big players, 3 fucking Nabiscos and shit who can corner the market. Open it up. Have smaller businesses, mid-sized businesses. We'll give you that same thing for a cheaper price. That's who controls the prices. Not Kamala getting involved, locking in prices, capping. Get out of the way, you incompetent ding dong. You geriatric penis sucker. Get out of the way. Let the free market decide. Watch these little companies pop up. You guys know about 805 beer? The shit's everywhere. I don't know if that's just a California thing or what, but there's this beer company called 805. And that's exactly what it is. I mean, I'm guessing it's the area code where they're from. But it just says 805 right there. It's fucking everywhere. It's at every bar you go to. It's in every beer section, every store, mom and pop, Walmart, everything. That shit's everywhere. Started off as some little ass company, little small business. Let that happen. Let have some little company that's maybe got the permits and turned their kitchen into an industrial kitchen, or whatever. They got a small place and they can deliver a good product at a good price. Let them in the game. And you can pick that shit. You can pick the bad shit with the food dye and the high fructose corn syrup and the genetically modified organisms and all that shit. Go ahead. Authentically Kennedy says 805 is the Central Coast. I went to college in SLO. Never tried the beer though. Yeah, it was a little company, and then boom. That shit blew up. It's all over. Like I said, I don't know if it's all over the country, but California. And hey, if you can get on every shelf in California and that's as far as your business goes, you'll be all right. But how about that? But those are the kind of companies and entities that he wants to go after. And he was saying, he said like 75% Hold on, let me make sure I word this correctly. I can't, basically, he's saying that a huge portion, and I know it was 75%, but in what order and where it goes, I'm not sure. But a huge portion of the money that these companies get comes from the government. The very government agencies that are supposed to be keeping you in check are lobbying you, basically. They're lobbying these companies, or I'm sorry, vice versa. So you have these companies lobbying these politicians and these government entities, and that's where they're getting most of their money. So if you're paying the people who are supposed to be keeping you in line, well, now you can move the line. Now you can say, well, instead of putting this much in that shit, we should be able to get away with this much. Like, that shit's crazy. Why are we being poisoned by our own food? And I've said this before, I know you all agree with me. Why in the fuck is China allowed to do two things? They do more than two, but these two really piss me off. Why are they allowed to buy land near military installations? And why are they allowed to buy farmland in America? China, buy your own fucking land from your own citizens. Why are you allowed to buy farmland in your enemy's country? If nothing else, they could poison the ground so nothing can be grown there. Even if we were all of a sudden, we grew some balls trying to get out of here. Well, now the land is barren and we can't do anything with it for 100 years. I would love to see that. I would love to see a president come in and sign an executive order, or maybe they can get Congress behind them or whatever, and just say, China, you're going to relinquish all property you purchased from America back to America. You are not allowed to own any land in America, period. I would go so far as not to let them own a business in America, period. Not because you're another country, but because you're our number one fucking enemy. That's why. You are our enemy. You want to see us destroyed. So no, you can't own farmland here. Bye. Why are you still here, China? You're going to pay for that, America. Fuck you. What are you going to do? You want to go to war? All we got to do is drop 1 million cheeseburgers on your people and they will turn on you and bring us your head, Xi Jinping. Even though I'm sure Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom would give you refuge in his anus. You can't own that anymore. Good day, sir. Man, please. That doesn't make any sense at all. Are we allowed to own farmland in China? Probably not. I would hope China is not that stupid. We are. No, China. No, come here. No, we'll pull our own pants down. No, you don't have to do it. I'll pull my pants down and I'll grab my ankles. And you can use some of that cheap Chinese lube on our star-spangled stinker. How stupid is that? Oh, you're our number one concern in the world? You're our number one financial and military rival? And we are going to let you buy farmland in our country and land near military installations? You know what, China? I told you to bring your Chinese lube, but never mind. Let me see it. We'll spit on it for you. Be gentle, China. Oh, thank you, America. We never have access to your asshole so easily before you put old man in White House. Here, China, we don't want it to hurt. There you go. Ew, China. I'm done. Done. I hope that Trump gives RFK a spot in his cabinet. I hope he cleans house. I hope when he comes in that he does the biggest "you're fired" that he's ever done in his life. All of you, come here. Come here. Hey, you work. Hey, you over there. You work for Joseph, eh? You work for him in Kamala's. Huh? If you work for them, if you worked in the last administration, come here. I want you to get everybody in that room, and I want you to have somebody from your staff walk around and hand them an empty box. Then I want Trump to get up there and say, all of you, you're fired. Then I want you to get in a single file line and march your ass to your desk, clean it off. No. Just take your arm, push all that shit in a box, get out of here, and start putting new people in your cabinet. And if anybody has dual citizenship with Israel, you need not apply. If you have dual citizenship with any other country other than the left side of America and the right side of America, you need not apply. Come on. So before I go, I wanted to, Justin Desroche, I wanted to check this shit out. Again, shout out to Chad O. Jackson. Definitely give him a follow on social media and anywhere else, YouTube as well. But he posted this article. Let me pull it up on Insta. And I can't pull it up on the screen because it's connected to my old Instagram that's under investigation. So it says 86% of women who got an abortion in 2021 were unmarried. The fight for so-called reproductive rights is really just a fight to infrastructurally, never seen that word spelled before. Infrastructurally accommodate debauchery while discouraging family formation. It's a futile attempt to evade the responsibility that comes with having, quote, freedom. A society that promotes dysfunction at the expense of objective morality will soon fall. And then he put up a chart and it says, who gets abortions in America? With 14% married women, 14%. Cohabitating people. So you're living together, but you ain't married. You're a longtime boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. 31% not married. Never married and single. 46% of abortions are performed on women who have never been married and are single. And previously married and single is 9%. So that all adds up, the cohabitating, never married and single, and previously married, single. So they're all single. They make up 86% of women who got an abortion in 2021. So damn near all of them. Damn near 90%. Damn near 9 out of 10. 8.6 out of 10 are unmarried, single women getting abortions. So it's not a bunch of women who were taken advantage of by a family member. It's not incestuous in nature. It's not women who were taken advantage of by a stranger, you know, the aura word, because those are the two that they bring up every time. And together, those two groups don't even make up 1.5% of abortion. But that's what they tell you it is. They try to make you think, again, emotions. We have no substance, but your feelings, we have those. They want to make you think that most of the women who are getting this shit were taken advantage of by a family member or a stranger. Wrong. Thank God. Thank God we don't live in a society like that. Does it happen? Yeah. Is it rare? Thankfully, yes. Should their punishment involve hot coals and sewing up all their orifices? Yeah. But that's who's getting them. So don't believe the hype. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't fall for the bullshit. Most of the women getting abortions, the overwhelming majority of women getting abortions, they are single. And if you're not with this dude, you probably shouldn't let him go. Ah! All up in you, right? Call me crazy. Also call me leaving because I got to go pick up Junior from school. He asked me, Dad, can you pick me up from school today? I was like, oh, yeah, no problem. Who's cutting onions in here? Tell you who's not cutting no damn onions. Bob, a.k.a. Senior Chief. Thank you, man, for the $50. He says you need to reach out to ABL and beat Tatum. Would love to see that stream again. You know what? I could do that. I keep in touch with them. You know, text every once in a while. I could host it on my channel. I'll see what they're up to. I know they're both busy guys, but that would be cool. That was fun. If you guys don't know, a few years ago, 3-4 years ago at this point, B. Tatum, he used to have a live stream every Thursday, and he would have a panel, and regular guests were myself and ABL, Anthony, Brian, Logan. And it was fun. We all have our different styles and the way we present them, and our opinions and whatnot. So that was fun. Good idea, Bob. I just might do that. Might be time to get the band back together, man. But I thank you guys for being here. I think I'm going to do one again mañana, but I don't know if it'll be here or on Rumble, because on Rumble I can say whatever the fuck I want. So I don't know, but I'll let you guys know either way, whether it be here or there. But I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. I hope I brought a little laughter and entertainment to your life. Zach, yeah, also Black Conservative. He was on there a few times too. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys when I'm looking at you. Authentically Kennedy, glad you were here. Again, shout out to your husband. You guys check out his page at Devori Darkins on YouTube. It's the Devori Darkins Show. He just hit 100,000 subscribers. Congratulations. Hit up YouTube, get that plaque. But yeah, it's great, informative, well put together, well produced. Again, I watch it all the time, just about every day. And that's all I got. New job's cool. You know, job's a job. My career, don't bring that bullshit here because you know it's going to happen to you fools at least twice this year. Pootie Tang, yeah, check out both Uncle Tom's 1 and 2. Both great. I learned a lot of shit. Some of the things I learned, I felt stupid because I bought into the fucking lie. And Owen Moody, it's Jericho Green, just like it is here on Rumble. Joe Beard, Broncos. I don't have any problems with the Broncos. They're not even in my conference. But if we see them, we'll take care of them. But I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Hit the link. Give me a follow on X at @Green_Jericho. Make sure you like and subscribe to my new channel, Kareem's House. I am Jericho Green. And man, I'm out.